Okay, today's day 21. So this marks the first, and let's not even hesitate. I was inspired by this cool water slide. It's like an LED water slide, and I thought, hey, it would be really cool to go for that in cinema. So that's what I'm doing, and that's what you're going to learn how to do today if you stick around. So basically, we're going to make a cubic spline, and I call these spleens sometimes, and if you do, that's cool. So even if it's incorrect, what we want to do is we want to go to our right view. At least that's how I like to start out. And if you want the spleens to snap, we can do that with the enable snap, work plane snap, grid point snap, and then we're snapping. Zoom out a little to get some distance here and just start plugging away, make some points. I can't really suggest too much on how you want this thing to look, but right now we are just making a slide that goes probably down, so I'm going to move that point down. Yeah, that's cool, kind of whoosh, yeah, that's fine. And then I'm going to go to my top view and even give it a sort of a horizontal movement too, which you're more than welcome to do. Something like that's cool. And then we can look at it in our perspective. And I like to start the spline from the origin just so I already know where this thing is. Sometimes I get lost if I put it somewhere else. Alright, so I'm going to actually move this one down. Sort of like... I don't want to get too crazy with this because it's just an example. So let's just leave it like that. So yeah, we've got this crazy spline guy. And now we're going to make it a pipe that we can travel through. So in order to do that, we need to get out a circle, and we want to put these both into a sweep by holding Alt. I did that wrong. You can't do that with more than one item, I guess. Alright, then go into the sweep, take off the caps. Once the caps are taken off, you can adjust the size of the circle. You can scale it to however big or small you want it to be. I think this is fine. Now, I'm going to go ahead and, what am I going to do? Let's texture it. I think we can texture it. Alright, so double click here, double click, take off the color, add a luminance channel, go for a gradient, go into the gradient, and now let's start adding some colors. I'm just going for those neon-like colors that we saw, except I'm not really bothering to check if we're nailing it. I'm just tutorializing it. Alright, so we got these colors. Delete those. Right click, distribute knots, and now we want to get these blacks. Oh, hello, didn't want to do that. I'm just holding command while I click and drag these. And then once again, right click, distribute knots, and you can see these are really thick. We don't really want that, so we're going to distribute it once more. I think what we can do is go here, here, just in between everything. Here, 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 here. Keep going. I might have done that twice. No, I'm good. Now, right click, distribute the knots. That's looking pretty good, except we need a black at the end of this guy. So let's drag that there. Let's distribute the knots again. Alright, so that's looking pretty sweet. Let's leave it like that. Make sure we're using a vertical gradient. That's just so it'll align correctly along the pipe. And you can see what happens if you use a horizontal gradient. But here we go. put that guy right on there. Now it's all crazy and stuff. Not really what we're looking for. We want to, let's zoom out a little bit. What we want to do now is take this tiles V and increment it until it's how we'd like it to look. You know, something like that's pretty good. Now that we've got that, let's add the camera, right click, Cinema 4D tags, align the spline, take that spline, say tangential, which means that as the direction's changing, our camera will actually, you know, look in the direction that the spleen is heading towards, instead of it just looking in one direction the whole time, which doesn't look very cool. So now we got to animate the position. Let's give it 300 frames, or however many frames, and then on frame 0, position 100 on the last frame, click that. Now let's go into our camera and let's go inside, and then we're going to get something cool like this going on. Alright, and that's how you get that effect. Alright, peace out guys, I hope you enjoyed it.